I think I'm recording. Okay, it's recording. Maya, you need to go in that way because there's just not enough room to get everybody. There we go. Now I got everybody.
Can you give me?
Yep, you're in.
Okay. Is it my turn to call?
Excuse me, my spot. Okay. Thanksgiving is a time for giving thanks. It is that special holiday when we take a break from our hectic everyday lives to spend quality time with our loved ones, rediscovering all the reasons we don't actually live with them. As we pause, we reflect on our blessings, not only that the mall's open tonight at midnight, oops, sorry, the last pilgrim hat, but that being our patriotic duty, eat great quantities of food, pretty much non-stop for an entire day, going home with stuffing clinging to our clothing. Thanksgiving is also a time when we pause to remember, as generations have before us, the landings of the pilgrims on Plymouth Rock. And it was great pleasure that I present a family version of the first Thanksgiving. Participating will be me as narrator, along with pilgrims Kaylee, Kelsey, Ivan, and Maya. Bruce will play the role of Indian Chief Squanto. Okay, the very first Thanksgiving. Nearly 400 years ago, the pilgrims came to America on a ship called the Mayflower. It took great courage to cross the ocean, and there were many dangers. They came because a great many of the people in England were unhappy because their king would not let them pray as they liked. They first went to Holland, didn't like it there, and decided to form a colony in America. For the 100 souls on board the Mayflower of all ages, it was crowded, cold, and uncomfortable. After 2 months of sailing, they finally reached shore, and then Pilgrim Rock. Scene 1. Some pilgrims are standing on the deck of the Mayflower.
Well, here it is, the year of 1620. Yes, and we have been on the ship, the Mayflower, for many weeks, fleeing persecution in England because of our religious views.
Also, we hate wearing hats that look like traffic cones. And those wooden shoes they wear in Holland really hurt my feet. Ouch!
Hey, look! There's Plymouth Rock. Pull over, Captain. Uh-oh! There goes Grandma down the ladder. Plymouth Kelsey! Help! Oh! Pilgrim Kelsey! Help get her to shore!
Oh no! Grandma just slipped off Plymouth Rock! I see her! She's sticking up!
When they landed, the pilgrims needed food to eat. They looked for fresh food in the forest, and they gathered seeds and berries.
Well, this looks like a barren area with poor soil and harsh winters, offering little chance for our survival. But hey, what's a little challenge?
Perfect!
Perfect! Whoops.
What'd you say?
Perfect!
Oh.
Scene 1. Scene 3. 1 year later. The first winter in America was long and harsh. Many of the pilgrims became ill. The weather was cold, the snow fell fast and thick, the wind was icy, and the pilgrims had no one to help them cut down trees to build their church and their houses. When spring finally came, it was a time of joy.
Well, here it is, 1 year later. Wow, that was a pretty harsh winter. I'm glad Pilgrim Maya knitted scarves for all of the cows so they survived.
I'm glad I did it too. It was a very moving experience for me to help out the animals. Well, that was definitely the last winter I planned to spend in a small confined space with no windows and people eating just a bag of beans. No kidding.
One day, a kind leader of the Indians named Squanto came to the pilgrims' village, and soon more Indians followed. Squanto liked the pilgrims and wanted to help them. The Indians and the pilgrims agreed to live in peace.
Oh, look! A Native American!
Fortunately, I speak English. My name is Squanto.
Squanto? What kind of a name is Squanto?
It sounds kind of bad. It sounds like, Mom, Daisy's honey made a Squanto on the floor.
I'm not sure I like you so much anymore.
No, that's not. I have to say something.
I'm sorry for
What's the
interrupting.
kitchen?
I have no idea.
I'm going to show you how to plant maize and beans using tofu as fertilizer.
Tofu?
Now, that's what it says in the 1620 edition of the Native American Encyclopedia. Tofu comes from soybeans. It also says that it can be used as a high-protein meat substitute. It can also be used for minor driveway repairs as well as denture adhesive or tile grout.
What are denters?
I have no idea.
Scene 4. It is fall, and the pilgrims in Squanto celebrate the first Thanksgiving. When it was fall, the pilgrims gathered the barley and wheat and corn that they had planted and found that it had grown so well that they would have enough for the long winter that was coming. They had plenty of food and wanted to have a feast of Thanksgiving. "Join us," they said to the Indians, in a feast that lasted 3 days. Long tables were filled with wonderful things to eat, including deer, wild ducks, geese, and turkeys, which the Indians and pilgrims had hunted together. The pilgrim mothers made corn and wheat into bread and cakes, and they also had fish and clams from the sea.
So here we are at the first Thanksgiving. I definitely want the recipe for this tofu dip.
Pilgrim Mike, what is your least favorite vegetable? Beats me. Yes, Kaylee.
Oh. Now that we have eaten, how about some entertainment? I have a joke. We brought our cows to America on what ship? The Moonflower. Okay, I have one too. What kinds of music is my favorite? Plymouth Rock. Grandma, did you make these up?
Yeah.
Now that's right. Why should we have sail to America in the spring instead of in November? Because April showers bring May flowers.
Okay, you guys, now it's my turn. Do you know why I wear so many feathers in my Indian bonnet? To keep my wig warm.
Well, I don't have a joke to tell you, but I just couldn't wait to be here today because I found out that my cousin, Kaylee Pilgrim, has 3 feet, and I wonder how that happened.
Why do you think she has 3 feet?
Just before we came today, my Aunt Amy told my mom, "You won't recognize Kaylee. She's grown another foot." I hear Indian drums in the distance. What are those drums saying?
Vikings of 14, the Bears 7.
What are Vikings?
I have no idea.
You know Squanto. Without your help, we would never have survived this winter. We thank you and the other Indians for helping us out.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Squanto.
All this happened during the
Hey, wait a minute, you step on my line. Oh, gee, it was nothing. Glad to help out. Pilgrim Maya, could you please pass more of that to tofu?
All this happened nearly 400 years ago, and ever since that time, Thanksgiving has been celebrated in memory of these brave pilgrims. Let's have a hand for pilgrims Kaylee, Kelsey, Iden, and Maya. Let's also have a big hand for Indian Chief Squanto.
And
Big hand. Let me see.
guys, don't forget to recognize your narrator.
And our wonderful writer and narrator,
Grandma!
Pilgrim, mother of all pilgrims.
That was really good, Mom.
That was great.
Shut up.